person that get lung cancer. Why did it happen?
I'd be like, how the heck am I going to start exercising? This is not me. And tackle that, prioritize that no matter what. If it's truly urgent, you're going to find time
To keep going. Because I think stopping and doing nothing for a while is also very beneficial to get a better life. Because there is many people nowadays, there are a lot of addictions to things like to eating, to social media.
All right, Miguel, welcome back to the channel.
Hello again, Alejandro.
Hello. So, hot topic, actually. I feel like it's going to help a lot of people out today, which is habits. We're going to do like an overall view of what habits are, and definition of it and how we think about it and ways to implement it, strategies to help people out how to, implement their new habits when it comes to, nutrition, exercise, better sleep, stress level, time management. We're going to touch a little bit of everything just to make sure, everyone is on the same page. And then in the future, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into this topic because there is a lot of different branches that come out of this.
Yes, as you say, such an important topic that most people don't really know how to change habits. And me, I used to be the first one that I didn't know how to change habits, and I always wanted to change many things at the same time or try to go for one thing, and then I realize I cannot change it. I get stressed out, and then I give up, and then I go again. And after 2 days, I'm tired. So about how also we can change habits, how we cannot change them, and how everyone is so different. But at the same time, like there are some small habits that are very important, and we believe that it can really change the way you live, like your mood, your way of thinking, your life, into a better way.
Yeah, well, so I want to listen more. So let's start with the first question already. So we give people what they want. What's a habit for you? Tell me a little bit of like a broad definition of it and how you see what a habit is.
For me, a habit is something that you do almost on a daily basis, maybe not every day, but almost every day and always on a weekly basis. And it's part of your life that you are already used to do it. And in the days that you are more tired and you don't want to do it, it's easier for you because you already have the discipline to keep going. So for me, this is a habit, something that you keep doing, and it's part of you. It's like part of your ADN. For me, it's already in yourself.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's easy but hard to define it, the habit. It's like, yeah, for sure, it's something that you do constantly, right? That's the meaning of habit, right? It's something that you do on a consistent basis. But then there are many variables that I feel that come into play, behind actually doing it on a consistent basis. There are many things that will impact the consistency of it, So I think a habit is just associated with consistency. You can see habits equals consistency. What you do on a consistent basis is your habit, right? So we sleep on a consistent basis. Every single day we go to sleep. That's a habit. Every single day we brush our teeth before going to sleep. That's also a habit. Why? Because you do it every single day. You eat every single day. Well, some people may do fasting or whatever, but it's their own decision. But normally, the average person like us, we eat every day. And that's also a habit. Why? Because you do it on a consistent basis, right? So starting off from this definition, I feel like it's very important to, to state that if you want to build a habit, you have to do it a lot. And you have to put repetition. I think this is like one of the main words right here. In today's topic is going to be repetition and consistency, right? So if we're talking about exercise, how do you make it a habit? Well, doing it over and over again. If you want to be fitter than when you are today, if you want to be healthier, if you want to feel better than what you feel today, make sure you change something that is going to lead you to that. What is it? Might be exercise. So once you start trying it out and putting the rep every single time through exercise, you will feel the benefits of it. One of the things I think that are very important is like knowing that Benefits are not overnight in anything you do. When you start brushing your teeth, well, if they're really white when you are 30, it's because you've been doing this for the last decade. You know, it's not something that you brush your teeth and oh, the next morning they're all white. No, it takes again a lot of reps, right? So if you want to see benefits on health, on exercise, on nutrition, you have to do it over and over again, and you'll see the benefits in the future.
As you say, man, like a repetition, what you do on a daily basis. For example, a person that get lung cancer, why did it happen? Because he was smoking over and over again. And then there is a point that his lungs are not good. So then he gets the cancer. So it's the same with exercise. How are you gonna get stronger? How are you gonna get fit? It's gonna be a process of depends on where you are, maybe 2 months, maybe four, maybe six, maybe eight, depends on many things. And what you do on a daily basis, that's how you will get it. Here we don't promise you to change something, as you say, on one night or 1 week, not even
Yeah.
1 week or 2 weeks. You cannot change this in 2 weeks. It takes time, and we want you to understand that it's not easy, like to implement one, but once you are already used to it, it's much easier to keep it, and it's part of your life, of what you do. It's like me, if I define myself, as you say, with for me, sports, doing meditation, working on my mental and my physical is like something I don't negotiate. I'm gonna do it because it makes me feel better. Why I do is because I feel better. My day is better because of this. If I wouldn't feel better because of my this, why should I do it? But there are many benefits of taking care of yourself physically and mentally. And we believe that this is huge. It can impact your life and to have a better mood, have better quality of sleep. You will have like better quality of relationship because you are feeling better. You are working on yourself, and at the end, we all wanna have a better life.
Yeah. I actually want to know what you think about this. I heard the other day actually in a podcast, funny enough, uh, with obese people, right? Obesity. One of the limiting factors why people cannot lose weight is because they form an identity, right? So they form the identity of like, look, I am the overweight of my group, or I am, like I've always been overweight, right? So they develop this identity that becomes part of them. And as you said, perfectly said it right now, this is not negotiating. This is part of me, right? Doing exercise, taking care of myself. This is something that I don't negotiate, no matter what, right? So I want I want to actually let's stop here a little bit and think through this because it's really interesting to me. I also feel that I have the identity to be like, look, this is Alejandro, and I am an athlete, or I am a coach, or yeah, I do exercise every single time. In fact, people like look at me like, oh man, this is the guy that is doing exercise all the time, right? So I form my identity this way. So as you said, I don't negotiate this. This is non-negotiable. Why? Because it's my identity, right? If I were to stop now and just eat crap, junk food, and stay on the couch watching TV, this is not my identity. So I will feel really weird doing it. I'm like, I'm not being myself, you know? So if you see it on the other hand, somebody that is obese or like have bad habits, right? That leads to that, most of the time, it's gonna be like, how the heck am I gonna start exercising? This is not me. The way people know me, then the way I see myself since a very long time is like, well, I'm the one that doesn't move, that have bad habits, eating habits that are not optimal. People know me, oh yeah, like this is the overweight, whatever guy from the group. So now if you see it from the other side, it's like, shoot, if you start exercising now, you're going against your identity, right? What you got about this?
Your identity is what you get used to. It is, I think, is huge. And if you have bad habits, it's like you can change this. You can change this and transform into a better one. And you should, like everyone should have good habits because life is days, is hours, is minutes, and the way you live these minutes is what matters at the end. When you're gonna die, you will feel okay. I had look at how many days I have that were really good, or look at how my shitty life was. Like I was like here lying down, no energy, tired, didn't want to do anything, watching my phone, watching Netflix, you will be like, okay, I waste my time, no?
Yeah.
With negotiation, I would like to emphasize one thing. For example, let's say for me, meditation and sports are something essential. Me, I do it on a daily basis. That doesn't mean one day, if I don't do it one day, I'm dead, because then we are going to addiction. I have an addiction that if I don't do sports one day, uh, I feel bad, I was in one point, I was there when I was younger, and the balance, we're always looking for the balance. But with negotiation, what I'm saying is, for example, let's say I find a friend or a girl that wants to hang out with me. I'm not gonna negotiate that time that is for myself to make me feel better because that girl wants to hang out on me this time. This is the time for myself, and this is something I don't negotiate. I put the priority. It's important you have priority with your habits because then it's not a habit anymore. You are not giving it importance to yourself, to what you really benefit, where you get benefits, where things that make you feel better. This is something that no matter what happens, you have to put as a priority and don't change it.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, that's the thing. I think one of the main points here before we go now to the second question is, yeah, giving it the importance and the priority that it has or that it should have if you actually want to make a difference. Again, at the end of the day, this is gonna depend on the individual, right? Somebody that is like, look, I'm in real need of losing my weight. Why? Because I feel like crap. Every time I look myself in the mirror, I'm like, I don't like it, man. You know, every time I go outside and it's freaking summer, I just kind of go shirtless, or I cannot even put like a short sleeve shirt. Why? Because I'm not comfortable with my body. So giving it the importance that it truly has for you, right? Some people will need these kind of, new habits and change their bodies and all that depending on urgency, right? So some people are going to need it more than others. But I just want to emphasize that take a look at yourself and be like, look, what habits do I need to change more urgently, right? Because that will change from person to person and then tackle that, prioritize that no matter what. If it's truly urgent, you're going to find time. That's for sure. Okay, going on to the second question now then, since we're talking, about the importance of this, what habits are important to you then, right? That you're mentioning, like ways to emphasize it and how important it is to do it over and over again and put it in the priority list on top one, right? On the top of the list. What are these things that you do on a daily basis that again that shaped the person you are today?
For me, as I said before, like sports, why? Because I have one body, but movement in general. It doesn't matter if it's doing boxing, if it's playing tennis, if it's going to the gym, if it's going to Zumba classes. Find whatever you like. There are many ways like of doing sports, and if you try one thing or two things and they didn't work, that doesn't mean sports are not for you. That just means you try something you didn't like, and it's totally okay. There are millions of things. So first is sports, finding something that you like. Because me, I keep going to sports because I like, and if I wouldn't like, I wouldn't keep going. I will find something else. So this is very important. Find something that you like, and movement, walking. It can be stretching, it can be yoga. There are millions of things. Second thing is taking care of my mind. It can be writing, it can be doing meditation. It's something I don't negotiate. I have to spend time in silence, just me and myself and no one else, to observe how was the day, what do I want to accomplish with this day. Like, did I do a good day? Did I just live like normal way? Like, did I try my best? Did I make an impact? Because what you do on a daily basis is the consistency that we talked before. So this for me is very important because it makes my day better, and I want things that make my day better. So self-reflection is really important, and I always try to spend some time or reading or watching to a podcast so I keep growing. Sometimes I don't do it on a daily basis, but then there are other days where I do more hours. For example, if I didn't do it Monday or Tuesday, maybe that means on Wednesday I have more time. I put that time for myself to read more and watch podcasts because that's how I manage my time. I find the time for that. So it doesn't have to be every day, but I put the time there, and no matter what happens, I'm gonna end up doing it. So for me, those things, and then on a weekly basis, I always put some time for me to go to nature, because nature like keeps me, makes me see like I'm alive. It's just I slow down with my life. I see I'm alive. I see that it gives me a lot of energy to keep going, because I think
Mhm.
stopping and doing nothing for a while is also very beneficial. And the time for for me and my friends once a week minimum, I spend that time with my friends. That also keeps me going and helps me have a balanced life.
Okay. So going back to that, the thing that you said about, like if I don't do it Monday and Tuesday, I do it on Wednesday, right? I feel like it's important too because so the fact that you don't do it Monday and Tuesday is because there are other things that are a little bit, let's say, more urgent, right? So let's say work related, right? You have now, let's say, more tennis players in the academy or more people to help with mental training, right? Um, yeah, so that's one of the things. It's like I think the message that we can get from what you just said is, look, I know what I need to do, right? By the end of the week, let's put the period of 1 week, right? If I cannot do it Monday and Tuesday, oh shoot, well now I have, let's say, 5 days to condense everything I need to do in those 5 days, right? So at the end of the week, I can feel like, look, this I did what I wanted, right? So on my end, habits, important habits. I mean, they are really similar to yours, right? I mean, we dedicate ourselves to pretty much the same things, and that's why we can relate to each other, right? Really well. I told you before, my day has 23 hours. That's how I start. It's like 1 hour is saved for exercise, no matter what. So the rest of things that I need to do, they're gonna be done in 23 hours because one, it's already taken. This, guys, is literally what ensures that I'm active on a daily basis. Because if you think that the day has 23 hours, well, you have 23 hours, man. Figure it out. You see, so if you have to do homework, if you have to attend this call, if you have to schedule a meeting, if you 1 hour is blocked already. So remove that from the options. You don't have that option, right? So I think it's a way to force yourself to just save 1 hour for you, right? For in this case, exercises for me, right? And then, of course, saving time for myself. This is one of the keys, right? We live in a world that, look, we have stimuli all over the place. Anywhere you go, there is a stimulus right there. Visual, like smell wise, hearing wise, whatever. And I think having the ability to be like, look, this is going to be an afternoon just for myself. This is great. Why? Because it clears your thoughts. It gives you ideas. It helps you be more creative. It pretty much puts in perspective, like, look, this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going with my project, right? When it comes to this podcast, it's helping me out so much having time alone to be like, what can we help people out with? What Miguel and I are sharing insight wise that are like we can talk about this and help people out, right? So this is something that comes out when I'm by myself. Doesn't come out when I'm in a group of friends having dinner in a restaurant. You know what I mean? So I think it's a really important habit. Yeah. um so yeah, I mean, again, everything related to exercise, time alone, nutrition, of course. I think this, again, it goes together. Everything goes together, but I think it's very important. I keep emphasizing to on my social media, the importance of meal prepping because you are ahead of the circumstances, right? Going back to what you just said about the stressful life and busy and whatever, man, life is gonna throw at you a bunch of stuff randomly that if you don't prevent, you're gonna be screwed. So when it comes to nutrition, make sure you're preparing your meals, the nutrients that you need, the meals that you need beforehand in case life throws stuff at you. If they do, it's fine. I was prepared. And now you can pull out the Tupperware and eat your food. So yeah, those are the habits that I would say are important to me.
Yeah, and before we move on to the next question, I would like to emphasize on how it's all related. You talk about self-confidence. Before I was talking about well-being, about happiness. When you have more self-confidence, you are happier. When you feel good about yourself, you are happier. And how this all of this is related, no? The way you eat, you exercise. If I exercise, I'm gonna eat healthier for sure because I'm taking more care of myself. I'm less stressed. When I'm stressed, I eat more because I have a lot of energy and I need to find a way of solve this problem. So sleeping, eating, taking care of self-reflection, reading, those things are gonna help you, are all related. You do one, you are more likely to do the others. So it's very important to pay attention to all of this because they all affect each other.
For sure, they overlap. I think that's why, I mean, and when we try to teach, I believe, is having healthy habits overall, because as you said, they all overlap, they all work together, right? So we don't teach like, look, just eat well, but be sedentary and don't work on your mind and just that's it, just nutrition. No, because we know it doesn't work. We know at some point there are not other things supporting it. It's just nutrition by himself, just doing the right thing. And then no exercise, no mental training, no time alone, no this, none of that, right? So we teach people, look, developing healthy habits because everything is related. As you said, nutrition is going to be affected with exercise. And exercise is going to be affected by nutrition. When you start eating healthier, you also feel more like energetic. You feel that, shoot, maybe I should supplement it with some exercise too, since I'm eating well already. So we might as well just get the best out of it. When you start training on your mind, you start having mental clarity, and you automatically go for things that are better habits for you. You're going to take care more of yourself. You're not going to start consuming things that are hurting you or harming you. You're always going to go for things that are going to be doing beneficial stuff to you, right? So I think this is what we teach, and it's what changes lives.
And if you have if now that you are listening to this podcast, you see that you have many of these habits that you are doing wrong, there's no problem. There's no problem. That's why you are here listening, because it's time to start already changing that. It's time to start changing one by one to get a better life. Because there is many people nowadays, there are a lot of addictions to things like to eating, to social media, to not sleeping good, to overworking. There is addition of everything. And here we try to emphasize that it's very important to have life balance and to have a healthy lifestyle with taking care of the small details.
For sure. Okay, let's go to the question number 3. We're approaching not the end, but third question. So I think you mentioned it already, actually, on the little introduction that you did on question 1, but I think it's really important when it comes to application of this, right? So if I were to ask you, Miguel, how do you change to implement a habit, or even better, how you shouldn't change things to make them a habit, right? So in other words, it's like, what do I do? What am I supposed to do to actually implement a habit and be able to stick with it? And what shouldn't I do if I want a habit to be implemented and stick to it?
I think it's very important. For example, let's say a person, it's always easier with examples. A person that smokes 10 cigarettes a day, that doesn't do sports, and eats like maybe one of the 3 meals he eats are healthy. No, let's say that, and then his quality of sleep, because of all of this, of course, is not the ideal one, and maybe he sleeps one day 8 hours, then the next day 5, the next day 6. It's not very equal and consistent. So this person, if you want to change and you start, for example, not smoking, not eating every time good, and doing sports every day, man, for sure you're gonna get crazy. And after the first week, you are like, man, I cannot change this. It's too difficult. It's impossible, and I give up. Man, and this is normal. Like I try myself to change many things at the same time. Didn't go the way I wanted, and I have tried to change things one by one, and definitely works better. It's easier. Of course, it's a challenge. Always gonna be a challenge. Never gonna be easy. We're never gonna say that changing things are easy. And just go one by one slowly. Let's say you're smoking 10 cigarettes. Try to start smoking 5 cigarettes a day. Take it simple. You will find it challenging. I think it's huge, important. It's challenging, and at the same time you can accomplish. It's not too challenging, because if it's too challenging, man,
That's fire right there. Yeah.
yeah, man. For me, also changing one thing important. Um, why are you gonna change it? Because let's say I wanna stop smoking. I wanna smoke 5 cigarettes instead of 10. Why? If there is no why, what's gonna support you the day that you really wanna smoke that cigarette?
Yeah.
Then you will be okay. Like I will smoke, and I you smoke it, and then it keeps going, the same way. And then you are like, okay, I was not able to change it, and you get back to normal. Man, it's the why. The why is so important. Why I'm gonna start smoking 5 because I will feel healthier. I will have a better mood. I can live longer. I can do more exercise. I will start also trying to eat healthier because it's all related, and because I cannot breathe properly. No, so then you have a why that this is stronger. So that keeps can keep you going when you don't really wanna do it. And also, when are you gonna change it? Start today. Start tomorrow the latest, not in summer or not in 1 month, because
Mhm.
then you will never do it. You have to start now and right now, man, right now. And don't stop until you accomplish it.
Yeah.
Because of course you will fail. Of course you will fail. The thing is how you react to the failure. You stop or you keep going. So don't stop until you make it.
It's a great message, man. I mean, I think you said very important things in just this answer, of one is how you want to gradually change things. You don't want to do drastic changes because the body is going to receive it as a shock. And if the body receives it as a shock, we're screwed because the body itself is going to reject it. And that's what we don't want. We want to adapt to these new habits, right? And another thing that you said really important is the why. I always tell people, convince yourself of something, right? So if you want to exercise, why do you want to exercise? What's actually wrong with not exercising? And they come up with their own conclusions. They're like, dude, I cannot freaking go upstairs without like gasping for air. I feel like I'm freaking dying going 3 floors through the stairs at 25 years old. So they know it's wrong. They're like, shoot, screw my life, man. This is not good. I don't like it. They cannot enjoy a bike ride by the river with their boyfriend because they have to stop every 3 minutes to again gas for air because they literally cannot handle it. Or they cannot play any sports because they're literally not conditioned for it. They cannot play tennis. They cannot run from side to side. If this runs up side to side, they fall over. So everyone has a reason, man. They need to convince themselves to be like, why do I want to exercise too? Because I don't want to experience this stuff. I want to go up and down the stairs like a freaking 25-year-old that I am and not gasping for air like I'm 85. So this is one of the main things, in any kind of habit, right? Exercise, nutrition. Why do you want to change it, right? What's hurting so much that you need to change the habit, right? And if it doesn't hurt, then maybe you don't need to change anything, right? Then maybe you need to start thinking like, why is this not hurting to me? I'm actually doing everything right, right? So I think this is a little bit of a change in thought, right? In that perspective. But if you realize that you need to change something, then convince yourself that this is why, right? That's one of the main things. That's talking about the why. Going back to the gradual changes that you just mentioned, I always put the example. Look, you are an obese individual, right? You are 300 pounds, okay? You eat, let's say, 4,000 calories a day, okay? And you consume, in those 4,000 calories a day, you consume 3 sodas, 3 Cokes, the all normal Cokes, okay? So one thing that I always say is, look, out of those 3 Cokes, why don't we do something for the first week? You're going to drink 2 Cokes, normal, and the third one is going to be Diet Coke. What is this going to do? Well, you're still going to drink 3 Cokes. This is what you like. This is the habit you've been developing over time. Wrong one, but you've been developing. But now you're reducing 150 calories. So this week, instead of consuming 4,000, you are consuming 3,000, whatever, 850. Okay, well, there it is. That's already a deficit. That at the end of the week, you multiply by 7, you probably have close to 1,000 calories of deficit at the end of the week. So this is the main thing, right? So if you're in a calorie deficit, that's actually this is the method to lose fat, right? So going back to this example of the obese person, look, just reducing 150 calories, you're already on a deficit. This is making you lose fat already just by putting one Diet Coke out of 3 in your daily habits, right? So imagine with this very gentle change, what you can do in 1 month. In 1 month, in 30 days, you can now be on a deficit of, instead of 150 calories, just by reducing 1 soda, right, and replacing it for diet soda, maybe you can replace all three. That's already almost 500 calories deficit. That's 1 pound of fat a week. 1 pound of fat a week. Okay. So this kind of like shows the importance of like, look, even if you have crappy habits, you can still accomplish your goals if you do gradual, right? If you go gradually with them. Very small changes, man. And then over time, that's the thing, the body takes a little bit of time to adapt, right? And drinking 3 Diet Cokes is not going to be a huge deal anymore. And automatically the brain is going to be like, that's it, man. I need to change more things because I'm feeling better now. I feel like I'm losing weight. I look at myself in the mirror. I was like, shoot, okay. Look at these. Look at these pants. They were really tight before. Now they're getting looser. Okay. So when you start seeing those changes, that's the motivation that everyone needs to be like, shoot, it's actually working. And I'm not changing anything crazy. I'm just replacing normal sodas for diet sodas. And look, I'm on a calorie deficit now, right? So yeah, I think that's key over there.
And I would like to emphasize two small things. Imagine you try not to drink two cokes, as you say, and one diet coke, and the first week you fail. Try again. Maybe you accomplish it on the second time, and maybe it takes you 1 month and a half, or 2 months, or maybe three instead of one, because you fail. But this will make you stronger. If you are able to accomplish, if you beat the mind at the end of 3 months, you still feel okay. I was able to change it. It was not easy. How do I feel now? And maybe next time you change it in one time. Maybe one time takes 6 times, or maybe it takes 10 times. Sometimes for me, it took me longer to stop smoking cigarettes. Maybe it took me like 15 or 20 times. And I was able to accomplish. However, for example, start eating healthier. And the first time I was able to keep going easily. So it depends. It depends. Just keep going. And the other thing, important when you're gonna change something, is a reminder, something that reminds yourself, okay, what do I have to do? I have to, okay, I remind myself, my goal is to lose 5 pounds. So I write in a notebook or wherever you want, in your calendar, in a piece of paper in your room, somewhere that you wanna remember, and you write there the why, how, when, and what, and you keep it in your room, and it's easier for you to remember. And you accomplish day one, and you put a mark. Okay, I accomplished. I feel I
Yeah.
did something good today. I see something for myself. And like this is more rewarding. And then day two, day three, day four. You miss, try start again. And when you're able to accomplish, you feel okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And becomes automatic, right? Going back to the first question, it's like brushing your teeth now. So you don't think about it anymore. So many checks that you've been doing, as you said, in those reminders, this is part of me. I do it every single day. I check it every day, like brushing my teeth before going to sleep. Boom, 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 check, check. Now it's been weeks. Oh, shoot, months, shoot, years. That's it. It's me already, you know? Actually connecting to what you just mentioned, this is the last question of this episode. It's gonna be, as you said, what if I fail one day, Miguel? You know, so if you're watching this and you're like, I mean, this all sound really good, man. I wish I could do all of this. I feel like you guys are perfect people. Well, we're not. We fail too. I'm a coach myself when it comes to exercise and nutrition. Well, let me tell you, sometimes I don't exercise. Why? Yeah, it could be because I'm busy, whatever, but also because I'm freaking tired. Because I feel low one day, so I'm like, you know what? Tomorrow I'm just gonna put more intensity to compensate, and that's it. And then that day I'm a little bit more chill, right? Miguel, you probably as well. Some days you're like, shoot, you know, like my mental man is not working that well, you know. I feel like a little bit low. What do I do? You know. So what do we do, Miguel, here if we fail one day with these habits that we're trying to adopt?
As you said, we are humans. We are not robots. We are not machines. We fail. We all fail. We do things wrong, and we are not perfect. And it's okay to don't be perfect. In fact, it's better to don't be perfect. If you are perfect, like it's not even funny. Sometimes we do mistakes, and it's okay. We're here to learn. And as we say, like as long as you keep it consistent, if you miss one day, me for example, let's say I do exercise 6 times a week. If I miss Monday, there is no way I'm gonna miss the other days. There is no way. There is no way. And if I miss Monday, it's weird. Maybe I will do a bit less, but I will not miss the other days, because then you are getting weaker. You can miss one time. Sometimes I eat a pizza. It's okay. And sometimes one night I wake up during the night and I eat a snack of chocolate. Okay, I'm not gonna kill myself to I eat the chocolate. No, we are looking for a balance. As long as most of the time things are going well and is good for you, then it's okay. If, for example, if you do 50-50, if you eat 50% of the time good and 50% of the time but maybe you have to change something, no? Maybe you have to get into 80% time, good, 90. And it's also more enjoyable. The day I eat the pizza, man, I enjoy like a baby. I enjoy it. I'm like, okay, I ate good. I can let myself have this. And then after, I remember, okay, why do I eat healthy? Because when I eat healthy, I feel very good. But most of the time, it's going good. Again, the consistency and failure is part of the process. Fail, 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 and keep going.
You just said it right now in this last sentence. Failing is part of the process. There is a sentence that I love and it makes so much sense. That is, skipping the plan is part of the plan, right? So it's like, expect to fail, man. This is part of the plan. If you do it all perfectly, let me tell you, you probably won't enjoy life because, man, there are so many good things about skipping the plan that are delicious when it comes to food, that are a lot of fun to do or whatever, that maybe, yeah, they're not the most optimal for your health at that moment, but they are in the long term. Why? Because if you're not able to eat your pizza when you're watching a movie with your friends on a Saturday night, because you're like, no, no, I need to eat chicken and rice and broccoli. I don't know if in the long term it's going to be healthy. Being too obsessed with health is unhealthy, right? Um, so yeah, man, this is again, this is what everyone should respect, no matter the level that you're at. If you are a very, you know, fit person, you are an athlete, expect to fail too. If you are, very whatever, out of shape, expect to fail. It's part of everyone. We're human beings, right? We're attracted to things. And again, you tell me, what does eating broccoli one time a week if you eat junk food every single week, every single day of the week? That's nothing. Doesn't do anything. So the opposite is also true. If you eat healthy every single day of the week, every meal, and then you eat freaking 2 slices of pizza, really greasy and fatty, what are they gonna do? Nothing, man. That's only one meal, one part of a meal out of how many dozens that you had throughout the week, right? So this is the main thing. Don't let one thing that you do impact the rest when it comes to mental. It's not that damaging, because it's also interesting, as you said, when I eat the pizza, I enjoy like a baby. This is healthy too, man. This is healthy for this. This is healthy for this, right? We need it. So yeah, main message here before we finish, right? Guys, be ready to fail. Failing is part of the process. Skipping the plan is part of the plan. When I have my clients online that I give the nutrition plan, I have a question on the questionnaire that I say, look, tell me things that you want to eat, cookies, burgers, whatever. Tell me, because they're going to be part of your plan. Why? Because I'm not here to give you abs in 2 months, because I know you're going to get fat again. That's not sustainable. I'm going to make you develop habits that you're going to be able to implement for years, because you're still eating the cookies that you like. You're still eating the burgers that you love. But the base, the main thing is the habits that we need to maintain it long term, right? So, yeah, Miguel, thank you so much again for one more episode. If you have anything to add, please do before we leave.
Just one thing. Do what you enjoy with nutrition and with everything, with the sports, or for example, reading. If you like reading about psychology, read about psychology. If you like reading about chemistry, read about chemistry. However, do it. Take action. Take action and find what you like. If you already have it, it's perfect. If you don't know, fine. If you stay in the couch, no one is gonna give you the answer. You have to take action. You are responsible for your life. Take responsibility and start becoming better for yourself and also for others. People will enjoy more your company, and you will enjoy your company on your own. So take action, man. Take action and
Take
always
action, guys.
pleasure.
It's a beautiful message. Okay, Miguel, thank you so much again for your time, man. It's always a pleasure. We'll be back next week. Okay. Beautiful topics coming up. Again, everything related to habits, health, lifestyle, making it long term, being able to maintain a healthy lifestyle, influence others, and hopefully a world full of, you know, just happiness and, you know, everyone on the right mind, everyone on the right shape. And yeah, that's our goal. That's our goal.
A better world, man. Better world here.
Better world. Okay, Miguel, thank you again, man. Appreciate your time.
Pleasure, man.
Bye.